So last time we talked about identity.
We did. So we're going to go a little deeper with that. And we're going to talk to you guys about where we grew up.
1, 2, 3, 4, bust it.
You hear that Nola clap? Welcome to the podcast.
So we're going to talk about growing up NOLA.
Let's get into it.
It was the summer of 84. I will never forget it. Summer of 1984 is when we were moved from, as we said in the last video, North Carolina birthed us, but NOLA raised us. So we moved from Fayetteville, North Carolina to New Orleans the summer of 84.
I remember that like yesterday.
So really quickly, our mom and our stepfather, who wanted to write a book about New Orleans, he was fascinated with New Orleans, wanted to write a book,
yeah,
and did. But that was really, I guess, from what we understood as kids, that was the main reason or the push to move to New Orleans. And so we were uptown. You remember that apartment?
I do.
We lived
Carrollton?
uptown. I think it was Napoleon.
Oh, that's right.
Very
Napoleon.
close to a Popeye.
Napoleon. You're right.
Because
you're right. It was Napoleon.
It was Napoleon. Okay. 1 bedroom basement apartment.
Napoleon Avenue. Yep. That's right.
5 of us.
5 of us.
Yes. Mom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And our sister. Yep.
So that's how we first came to live in New Orleans. And then I guess when the school year was about to start is when we ended up, they bought a house in New Orleans East.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was so mad. I did not want to leave North Carolina. I had a best friend. I had a boo.
I
did not want to leave.
I can't really remember my emotions on that. I'm pretty sure I didn't want to leave because, that's all we knew.
Right.
But moving to New Orleans, I'm going to speak for me. And let me just put out this disclaimer. This is our experience of growing up NOLA. We know people born in New Orleans have a different experience.
Yes.
But if we went there in 84 and we were born in 73, we were what?
15?
No.
Oh, wait. My bad. You're right. I was just saying, I remember being 15, but I forgot I was going on 12. I was 11 going on 12.
Yeah, we were 11 years old.
Yeah. We telling our age. Okay. But
and
neither here nor there.
So we were very, very young. And we were, like I said, we spent the summer uptown and then we moved to the east. We didn't know anything about all of this. I'm going to say for me, New Orleans was a complete and total culture shock.
It was.
Through my eyes.
It was.
We grew up
in hilly environments.
With snow.
Yeah. I even remember hanging out in the trailer parks with our babysitter. It was such a different
I don't
energy.
Remember that, but I remember that creek.
You don't remember Verona?
Yes. I just don't remember the trailer park. I definitely remember her, but I remember that creek across the street from us behind that row of houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play in the creek.
Right. And she lived in a trailer park. So we grew up very, very country and rural for that brief time of our life, and then moving to New Orleans, absolutely a culture shock. Yeah.
Big city vibes.
Yeah. Because people don't realize Louisiana sounds very country, right? But New Orleans is the biggest city vibe in that state, right?
Yeah, a lot of people say, "Look, I'm from New Orleans.
Yeah.
They from Louisiana."
Yeah.
That is like, if you know, you know.
New Orleans is almost like a little, I don't know. It's kind of like living in New York, but you live in Staten Island. You know what I mean? It's like a community in and of itself. You know what I mean? Like they live on an island. They're not in the main. That's how New Orleans is.
Literally an island.
They're literally like the other outskirts of New Orleans. None of that is relevant. You know what I mean? It's like only New Orleans is almost like just an entire community all on its own. Even though Baton Rouge was just 45 minutes up the road, right? Mississippi right there, Slidell right there. Irrelevant.
It's not the same. New Orleans,
a different vibe.
It's literally an island. You got to take a bridge to get.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the culture shock is what I want to talk about, because I remember when we started getting friends, them asking us to say certain words.
Wait, but do you remember this? When we first moved to the East from Uptown, we were greeted. I mean, I don't know if it was like everybody found out that there was 3 girls that moved in on Good Drive, right? We were greeted.
Not our street name.
We were greeted by the whole neighborhood Parks football team. Remember that?
No.
All the boys in the neighborhood came to our door to welcome us to the neighborhood. You don't remember that? I do. It was like the whole freaking team. It was crazy. I remember that like yesterday.
Wow.
They rung the doorbell and everybody was just lined up like a pack of wolves, just like, "You're welcome to the neighborhood." I was like,
really?
What just happened?
That's a shame that I did not have that
Yeah.
in my core memories. But
I do. That was hilarious. That was crazy.
The things I do remember, like I said, people asked us to talk a lot because we had a country accent.
Yep.
They asked us to say certain words a lot. I mean, looking back on it, it wasn't cute. You know, like it's kind of like a bullying. But
it was.
That's what it was, and we were none the wiser.
Right.
You know, in school, I remember going to Fannie C. Williams, and I had the hardest time with friends. The little girls just didn't want to be friends with me. Like I don't know. It was really a rough time for me making friends, Black friends at that.
Yeah, that was rough for her. It was. I remember that. the Black, yeah, it was. You were really quiet.
I was quiet.
I was the loud one, and I had all the Black friends, and you had all the white friends. It was crazy.
Literally, because that's just who was being nice to me,
right?
And I was shy. I was very quiet. I
met a white girl my first day that tried to be friends with me in elementary, because I was 11 going on 12, right?
So you at Sherwood Forest, and
right?
I was at Fannie C. Williams.
There was a white girl, but one of my friends that I stayed friends with for a very long time, she came up to me in the class and she was like, "Why are you hanging with her?" And then me and her became friends for a very long. She was the first friend that I met.
Wow. Do you remember who that was?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm going to keep the names out to protect the innocent.
Okay. So it was a culture shock. But even more so than that, do you remember going to Mardi Gras for the first time?
For the first time? No, I don't remember the first time. I remember going to all those seafood restaurants when we first moved there. We went to almost a new seafood restaurant almost every night. I remember getting
and that's
fat,
crazy because I don't remember that.
What? I remember our stepdad took us to almost a different seafood spot. At least I don't know if it was like every night. I might be exaggerating, but maybe every weekend. It was like we're at a different spot. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. Like he was excited. He was showing us the city or whatever, because remember, we didn't move there with him. He moved ahead of us.
Yeah.
And then we moved there. I was so mad.
I do remember that.
I was so mad. I was crying in the room. I want to go back home. But baby,
once we got
fast forward.
Once we got in it,
fast forward.
We was in it.
Baby.
Mardi Gras, I will say though, circling back real quick, was to me, it was, if you know, you know. Never seen anything like it. Never seen that many people in one place at one time. Just everybody. I mean, we barely had to walk. The crowd was just moving us.
Yeah. Wait, you remember?
It was a lot.
Do you remember like when we were young, going in our first Bourbon Street experience, hanging out, and we met, I'm gonna keep the names out, but C and the breakdance crew, the whole city knew them, but we ended up being friends with them for a very long time. But that was one of my first memorable experiences because we were so young, hanging out, thinking we was grown, right, with our older sister. And we just walking through the crowd downtown, hanging out on Bourbon Street, and these breakdances, because breakdancing was in and hot and popping.
It was the 80s.
Okay, and then to see them breakdancing live on the street, it was hella fun. It was so fun. It was an experience.
It was definitely an experience. Nola took a little time for me though to get in my system. I think it took longer for me than it did for you.
I think
to get acclimated.
I think so.
I don't know why I just felt like a fish out of water. But
you had to find your footing.
Yeah.
That's all.
I grew to love it and still love it. Something about NOLA is when you get there, it's hard to leave. Yeah. It is a beautiful place, but it definitely has, like every other place, has its pros and its cons, its ups and its downs. Yeah. But I'm going to be transparent. We did have some pictures we're going to try to put in this video, but we still new to this. So
maybe we could if we can't figure out how to put the pictures in the video, maybe we could just add the pictures to
a post or something like that on TikTok.
Yeah. Even our IG, you can do, not IG, sorry. Even you can do YouTube post.
Yeah.
And then y'all go over to TikTok and subscribe.
And pictures. But when we
follow us follow us on TikTok at Tay and Nyla Bobcast on TikTok, and we will post all the pictures on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we can't figure this out.
We still working on it.
Because what we did was we went home for Christmas. And we went to all the hot spots to take pictures just for this video.
We did take some video, but we're going to figure it out. But basically, we took pictures of our old skating ring, Skate Country, if you know, you know.
Right.
Which is a church now.
Right. And it was a whole vibe, Skate Country, because almost every night, literally here, there was something to do in New Orleans. So everything was a theme. It was a vibe, different things to do. And New Orleans back in the day before Katrina, right? Let's be clear, was a completely different New Orleans. Completely different. Back in the 80s, they had like a lot of major companies. So all those companies moved out in the 80s, right? Remember, late 80s or whatever. So that's when it started like kind of like going down. But when we first went there, New Orleans was on and popping, and it was a vibe. New Orleans had the most beautiful women in the freaking world walking through the streets of New Orleans. They had the major companies there. So it was just like, it was a vibe. It was a vibe. Okay. Now it seemed like over the years, people just moved when the major companies moved out of the city. Most of them moved to Dallas, Texas. Those people started leaving too.
Now she knows some stuff that I don't know.
Yeah, the people started leaving too. And then it was no more a whole bunch of beautiful women, what they called the Creoles, right?
What?
The Creole women.
Definitely. That was a big thing. We learned in NOLA, we learned about the separation inside of the Black community. We didn't have that where we were from. And maybe because we were so young and we just didn't pay attention to it. But when we were growing up in NOLA, we definitely had experiences with the separation with inside the Black
Colors,
race,
yep.
as far as
Yep.
and even not just the colors, the ward that you was from. So we learned about all of that. It was
light skins against blacks.
It was a lot.
Light skins and blacks against Creoles. A mess.
And we didn't even know nothing about Creole.
Mm-hmm.
So NOLA, we also let me go back. We did the skate country, which is now a church. We did a video of where we spent most of our childhood, which was in Lake Forest Plaza. Gone.
If you know, you know.
Gone.
Right.
It is literally gone.
Right.
Our whole childhood actually is gone.
Literally.
All we have are memories because Katrina took every picture that we had.
Yep.
Mom had 8 feet of water in our house?
Our mom had 8.
Mm-hmm.
We were living together at the time. We had 5.
No, remember,
you moved out.
I had the least amount because
I had
the
5.
apartment where Kirk and I were living was raised. So we had the least amount, but because everything was closed in, the molds was growing everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I was actually in a
but
basement.
our mom, where all of our precious photo albums and all that stuff was gone. So only thing we have is what's up here, and of course, what's in our hearts.
And every time we go back, we like to play tourists, so we got that experience.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful experience to be from New Orleans. It has so much culture, so much richness. It's a high-spirited place.
Very, very much so.
What else did I take pictures of? We went to the lakefront. Back in the day, the lakefront was it.
If you know, you know.
Every Sunday.
People
were just hanging out, just vibing. That's when you was just able to have a good time, having a good time.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's all we were doing, having a good time.
During the week, it was Club Whispers. On Sunday, it was the lakefront. And then Sunday night, it was the daiquiri shop.
I was about to say, right after the lake, it was the daiquiri shop.
You know.
It was just almost an unspoken thing that was just
a ritual.
This is where everybody's going to be on this day, on this night. Mm-hmm. And we just showed up and we had a good time.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
We're talking about
NOLA. What about that Sunday vibe on the lakefront? It wasn't just lakefront. It was the cars, the music, the people hanging out by the water. And the lakefront is beautiful, right? Water might be dirty, but the lakefront, the vibe is nice.
Lake Pontchartrain.
And
biggest lake I ever seen in my life.
Right. And then people they driving by with the nice cars. Everybody got, back in the day, wine coolers. Okay.
Yeah.
Turkey necks.
Oh, Lord.
Corn on the cob, potatoes, shrimp, boiled shrimp, crawfish, everybody on the lake vibing out.
That's so funny that you talk about food because, of course, New Orleans is known for food, but we barely ever brought any food out there
to the lake.
But it was just, we brought a little bit, but it was just the community vibe to where if you saw friends, you was still getting a plate.
We had the wine coolers. That's what I did. But we did have, sometimes we used to carry the little bags by the little seafood store.
Yeah.
By the lake.
Yeah.
We used to go get the little bags of just like a turkey neck, the boiled potatoes and the corn sometimes. But not too often.
We didn't have to bring, because like I said.
We were too busy stunting.
Nah. I don't know if stunting is the right word because we was in our mama car. But hanging out, it was a huge community vibe.
Yeah.
And if you knew somebody from school or from the neighborhood around the way, whatever, and they was doing something, you was definitely, come get a plate. You wasn't gonna be hungry. Yeah. None of that. It was just a huge community vibe. Mm-hmm. New Orleans is, I call it a small, big city because it is small.
Mm-hmm. Everything 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
But it's a big energy. It's a big vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really speak on the same energy post Katrina or even now because we have been gone away for 3 years now.
And I was gone away longer than that.
Yeah.
Before I moved to Texas, I after Katrina, I was the only one who stayed away. I stayed, and some people can't stay away. I stayed away almost 20 years after Katrina in Atlanta.
Living in the ATL.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay away. I stayed away for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then I had to.
A lot of people can't stay away. New Orleans is one of those places you either love it or you hate it.
I agree.
Period.
I agree. You love it or you hate it. There's really not I mean, I don't know. For me, it was either, I loved it. And I didn't hate it to leave. I just had my fill with it. I couldn't do any more of the same. And New Orleans it's hard to pull away. It has a pull on you. It'll put that claw in you and it won't let go.
Right.
Because like I said, the energy, the vibe, the people, the culture, the festivals, the food is so much.
Even when you're away,
rich.
Even when you're away living in other cities, it's like you find a community in every city. Because wherever you know the people at,
right?
You're gonna find them and they're gonna be like, "You going home for the Mardi Gras?" You're going home for the Fish Quarter Festival.
Or they're going to have come to those places and opened up a restaurant. How many New Orleans restaurants they have there?
Wow, yeah.
So it's really everywhere. But growing up NOLA, I'm going to say this. I am grateful beyond words that my mom followed her man, her love,
right,
and moved us out of North Carolina. No shade, North Carolina, but...
Not a whole lot going on in the
I
States.
value what I learned and
Yeah.
what NOLA gave me.
Right.
Same. I do value that. And going back to North Carolina for our family reunions and stuff, it's just different. I'm gonna say that. It's just, it's different.
Yeah. I definitely value the different culture. Because New Orleans, North Carolina, we were so little when we left. It's non-comparison though, because the sticks at the mall was like this big, in the Carolinas.
I remember being dropped off at the skating rink.
It's just not a whole lot. Right.
We skated a lot.
There wasn't nothing else to do. Like, just skate, There wasn't nothing else to do. It was so fun. But New Orleans had all kinds of things to do. You could get in trouble.
You could get in trouble
with something every freaking night. You can get up at 3:00 in the morning and there's somewhere to go, something to do.
Something gonna be open.
Okay. And don't talk about when they opened the casinos there.
See, I'm not a casino girly, and I was forced to go to casino by multiple people.
But I worked there. Remember, I worked there. So it was like when I was younger, I worked there before I had kids.
Yeah.
So that was my nightlife.
I just couldn't take all that smoke.
Yeah.
This is back when they used to let you smoke inside. I don't even know if they let you do that now, but I just could not. I couldn't handle it. But we forgot to mention one of the most, I'm going to say the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The part of our life that shapes you, I would say the most, our high school.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Warren Easton.
Yeah, shout out to the Easton Eagles.
We went to multiple high schools.
We went to the high school when we went home for Christmas.
We do have a picture of that. We went to multiple high schools. I actually started my high school journey at Marion Abramson on Reed Boulevard when it was on the platoon system.
So did I.
Which means I didn't go to school until 12:00 noon because I was a freshman and then the freshmen and the sophomores went in the afternoon. That's just how many kids they had in this community. Right. They had to break it up.
Right.
And the juniors and the seniors went at 5 in the morning, something crazy like that.
Yep.
Until they loved.
Until they created that other school. And then they split us. And all these people living on this side of Reed had to go to the new school. And then all the people living on the other side, they stayed at
went to Sarah T. Reed, which I can promise you was a literal
baby.
What's the name of that movie?
Lean on Me.
Listen,
it was a lean on me, honey. It was a mess over there. Okay, because you got Esho. Shout out to Esho. No shade on Esho, but hey,
no.
Shout out to Miss You.
My first boyfriend was from East Shore.
Baby. Baby. Okay.
Listen.
Talk about thugger.
I'm proud to say that I've never had a physical fight in my life. So it's no shade that I might be scary, but I was scared at the school. It was so much energy. It was so much going on. I don't even know why everybody was so angry.
Middle school is like that, but growing up in New Orleans,
was high school.
Sarah Reed?
Yes, because remember we were at Abramson in high school, and then that's when they built the school in Mizzou on Mizzou Boulevard, Big Sarah T. Reed, and they divided us, and they said that turn in your paper if you want to stay here or go there, whatever.
You're right,
and that wasn't the truth because they sent us to Reed anyway.
Right,
and it was
it was crazy.
Most interesting 2 weeks.
It was crazy, because our mother was like, "Y'all not going here, y'all not going here."
Most interesting 2 weeks of my life. 2 weeks felt like a lifetime, and I loved it. This is what I'm saying. She loved it.
I loved it. When we went back when my mama took us to that magnet school, she was like, "Y'all are not going to."
I don't even know how this came about, but we had to take a test to get it Easton. Shout out to
because she made us go to the nerd. That's what I call the nerd school.
At that time, that's how she felt.
Yeah.
So
but it was a fundamental high school. We had to take a test to get in it.
Right.
And I was like, I'm good where I'm at.
And I was waiting like, when y'all go? Come on. And she was having the time of her life. And then we got the letter that we got accepted. And I was like, the Lord has heard my cry.
I was so mad.
We lived in New Orleans East, and Warren Easton is downtown on Canal Street. So we had to then learn how to take public transportation.
Right. I was so mad. I did not.
Which I was all for because I was ready to because I walked to school when I went to Abramson. Literally walked. But we had to learn how to take public transportation because we had to go so far.
Right.
And this one, she got to Easton. She broke all the dress code rules.
The dress codes were dumb. No belts. Couldn't wear shirts with words on them.
She broke all the dress code. It was so dumb.
Rules.
She literally took herself out of the school.
We're not talking about can't wear no booty shorts. We're talking about you can't wear a belt. You had to have a belt. I'm sorry. You can wear belts. I'm sorry. You had to have your shirt tucked in your pants at all times.
The rules. I was following them.
With a belt. And you could not wear shirts like I got on right now. I was like, really?
She broke
Come on, nerds.
Rules. All of the rules that were to be broken.
I didn't like it.
She broke them.
I didn't like it. I was just like,
took herself out of that school and went back to Reed. Like, it's been a journey.
I'm like, I'm not staying here.
But talk about when you finally came around.
But before I came around,
to appreciate Warren Easton as an educational.
I did get around to appreciate it and ended up on the B honor roll. However, before that, I was just like, it was a major transformation. It really was because I was hot-headed and wilding out. I like the bad boys and all that. And all that was lean on me. So I was just like, no, I want to go over here where the gangsters at. I don't want to go where them nerds at where they fighting about, oh, I'm going to get an A. I'm going to make a 90. I'm going to make a 100. That was like what was going on in the classrooms. I was like, you geeks, I can't. So I literally.
How hard she going?
I literally checked myself out of school and went back to Reed. I wanted to be at Reed where I felt like it was me, home. But I got to Reed, honey, and Reed, they had truancy. Y'all remember truancy? They had truancy.
We don't.
Baby, they had truancy waiting on me because that was trespassing. You can't just check yourself out. I mean, I checked myself out, honey.
As a teenager,
I went back I was like, listen, I'm going back. Yeah.
Mind you, I had no idea any of this was going on until after got home from school. And I'm like, what? You've been in truancy all day?
I was in truancy all day. And
doing what? What you was doing in truancy?
Baby, all I remember was one of the truancy cops. He was just like, what is this, ladies' day? Said a truancy the holding cell was full of ladies, like nothing but the women. Apparently, Green, I think that was a school. Green had a big old fight, and all of the girls was jumping each other, and they ended up in the same holding cell as me and my friend with her bad self, because she left with her school to come with me to trespass. We were bad.
What were y'all doing though?
Back in the day, you know, I used to be into music.
Battle.
We was rapping in the cell. You know, I was into music. I was like a little bad girl, you know. But baby, the tables have turned.
No, I feel like she was a fun vibe, but it was just a lot for me because I was more like timid and shy and quiet. And
yes. Yeah. I fought all her battles.
I couldn't get with it.
No.
And that's crazy that people had a problem with me and I'm the quiet girl.
I fought all her battles.
People calling my phone, don't you come to school tomorrow? Mm-hmm. This was at 8. But anyway.
Why though? What was that about? Like, I fought all her battles. Like, you didn't have to ask me no questions. I was like, anytime she looked booted up, okay? Anytime she shedded a tear, I'm like, where they at? What's going on? Because
as I said in the previous video, my goon.
Don't let, okay, now I'm way toned down. But imagine hormones.
I can still call her though.
No, but imagine hormones, you know what I mean? At a young age, I was very fiery, hot-headed. I was definitely in my Sagittarius, okay?
Oh, Lord.
The Capricorn was not in the building, okay?
I think we're going to talk about that in another video, but I think I am true to a Capricorn. It's not to my later years where I've gone into my moon energy, but all in all, Nola
was a vibe.
It really gave me a well-rounded life experience.
It really did. The streets of NOLA don't owe us nothing.
Not one single dime. Do you hear me?
Not one.
Not a dime.
I'm talking about tasty donuts at 2 a.m. Okay. Whispers. Don't talk about what we had in the Whispers.
Castle burgers we used to eat.
Baby, you can just get up at 3 a.m. and we going to the breakfast spot that everybody went to after the Shoney's breakfast.
Wow.
The Shoney's buffet. Where it's lit. Always a vibe. Where else we did?
My first job was at the zoo.
The zoo? What?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Burger King.
No, my first job before that. My very first job was at the zoo.
Really? I thought it was Burger King.
No, and I only worked at Burger King for one day. Actually, one shift.
It was right up the street from our school. So we used to just walk to work after.
She walked to work. I couldn't do it. It wasn't my vibe. I couldn't do it. I just could not. I couldn't get with it. I feel like we went and applied.
It was busy.
To the Burger King on Canal Street, one almost to the river. And that's where we went. And I think our paperwork got tripped up.
I don't remember that.
Yes, I remember it. I remember it because they put me on a shift and I was like, I haven't even gone to training yet. And they were like, oh, you'll get it.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Baby, I didn't get it.
It was definitely hood.
I didn't get it.
Definitely hood. I did. I rolled right on in. I got it.
She did.
I did. I got it. I stayed a minute too.
Yeah, you did.
I stayed a long
You
time.
was making that paper.
I made that paper.
For high schooler.
Listen, that we had to get permits to work because back then it was illegal to work at 15, 16?
I don't know.
We worked at 16. First job at 16.
I think I was younger than that.
Yeah.
I remember my hourly pay was like $3 and some change.
We had to get work permits. Yeah, it was illegal. You could not work. And we've been working ever since. I've been working since I was 16 years old. Baby, I'm tired.
We're not gonna get on the work thing.
But my second job was Methodist Hospital. I had so many jobs, it was ridiculous. I worked at Methodist in the as a cashier in the cafeteria.
What? See,
I had so many jobs.
I worked in the plaza
So did I.
at Oak Tree, a men's clothing store.
I worked at Payless Shoe Store in the plaza, and I worked at, was it JW or something? Another clothing store.
We worked at Garfield's in the mall.
That was a vibe. That was fun. I love working there. And so that one cook.
Let it go.
Let it go. He started screaming at me, talking about put some of that salad back. And he came over the back of my neck and grabbed that salad off my plate and said I was putting too much product on the people plate and was throwing it. I said,
watch the food when I go to a restaurant.
I said, this not for me. All that yelling and screaming at me, that's gonna be a no for me.
Yeah, restaurant is a very stressful place.
I didn't like it.
Where else did I work? I worked in a mall a lot. I worked in retail a lot.
I do a lot. I think I did a little bit of everything. I worked at Radio Phone when the cell phones first came out.
Oh wow, I remember that.
The beepers was out, and then cell phones first came out.
Did I get my beeper from you?
Probably so.
I remember when I got my
beepers was a vibe, honey. Don't talk about the codes.
I remember.
Don't talk about the codes. Baby, you knew you had a certain code in your phone. You better pull over to the payphone.
I remember buying my first
That was fun.
beeper. My only beeper. Not my first beeper.
I had the beepers on my hip, honey, because I think I had a discount. I worked like at the front desk. It was so fun.
Yeah, life in New Orleans was very fun. And it was always fun because it was always something to do. I think my favorite, I guess I can't really say it's my favorite.
Whispers at 19.
Oh my God. I definitely remember going to Whispers way before I should have been going to Whispers.
I don't know, but did we have fake IDs?
I can't answer that. I don't know.
How did we get in there?
I don't know.
We was 19 years old and snuck in the club, and you had to be 25 to get in there. Mm-hmm. It was
Is that true?
Whispers was for the grown and sexy.
That can't be true.
Yeah.
Because we was in there all the time.
In there.
What was it? Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Thursday mail review. Baby, Friday was happy hour.
Oh, you had to be in there before a certain time.
Yes,
and
we got the
go with
we
your
got the
clothes
hand
on,
stamp.
get the stamp, and then come back. Yeah, I definitely
out the door. We'd be back later when we get dressed. We used to just go get our hand stamp. Because in New Orleans, listen, it was a vibe. New Orleans didn't close. The city didn't never shut down.
I'm about to say never
shut down. So we're not finna be going to no club, no 9 and 10 o'clock at night. We just used to roll up in there to get our hand stamp, go back home, change clothes, get dressed. We probably didn't get to the club till 12. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a vibe. It was a vibe. Because it was, I mean, hey, I remember going from the club straight to work when I worked at the hotel in the French Quarters.
I remember.
Because you could go like, you could be partying all night because it never closed. The city never sleeps.
I remember being at work when I worked at the Superdome and I was nodding.
And I was like that at the hotel. I worked at the front desk in the French Quarters, and I remember that hotel. I remember leaving. Yes, I remember. It was a very old hotel. I remember leaving the club when the sun came out, and I went straight to work.
So as y'all can see and hear,
New Orleans was a vibe.
Really gave us a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Gave us a beautiful life experience, good and bad. It wasn't all roses all the time, but you couldn't. You can't get a better festival schedule than what they got going on in NOLA. You can't.
To give y'all some spots before we go, if you going to New Orleans, you have to go to, first of all, always a vibe to go just post up somewhere downtown and walk the city. Always, always, always a vibe.
Yeah.
Because you can walk the whole freaking downtown. You don't need a car.
Get you some good walking shoes.
Now
Cover up them feet because you don't want that juice.
And what I would do
downtown, you don't want that juice to get on your feet now.
You can start during the day. Get you some beignets at Cafe Du Monde, most popular. Go on the riverfront. But
go
the border,
early because they be
packed. We couldn't even get in there for Christmas. They had 2 lines for the to-go and the dine-in. We couldn't even get in
we
there.
had to get our beignets from New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood, which
Yeah.
they are just as good.
Yep.
And they had the minis.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get some before we left.
And they got good coffee. Shout out to New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company.
Mm-hmm.
But
get you a po' boy from somewhere.
Got to.
Get you a daiquiri from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Get you some seafood from anywhere.
If you want to be touristy, try the muffaladas, but you gotta try some serious New Orleans seafood or like the gumbo. You know,
get you some,
maybe a little.
Find somebody in the neighborhood now and go to a local spot for your gumbo. Don't go down there to them tourist traps trying to get you some gumbo and some etouffee and all that.
Right. Mm-mm. No, you got to go to one of them.
Go to somebody.
I see you in that mother's line. Mother's still open?
Don't do that. Somebody local will show you, and you could just ask somebody on the street.
Right. Anybody know?
Not from the hotels because they're going to send you to the tourist spots.
Right.
Ask a local. They're going to hook you up because we friendly like that. We're going to make sure that you have, I'm saying we like, I'm going to be a New Orleanian for life. Okay. It's just in us, but they're going to treat you right down there.
But you also, you gotta try to, right there by the river, take you a free little ferry ride. Go to the casino right there. All that's free. Right?
Make sure you find the French market.
Go to the French market. Yes. Negotiate all day. The price ain't set in stone. That's all I'm saying. You ain't heard it from me.
So y'all might hear something in the background. I don't know if that's a neighbor or what. But we're about to wrap up, but like I said, make sure you find your way to the French market. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful things down there.
Mm-hmm. You got to go to the lakefront. Go to House of Blues while you're out there. Hang out. Do a little something.
Snug Harbor.
Oh, Frenchman Street. Frenchman, you got to go on Frenchman Street. Leave Bourbon Street alone, people.
No, if you've never been in New Orleans, you do have to go down there at least one time.
But that's where the tourists hang out.
But you got to take a walk because you got to say you've done
the experience.
For the experience. Yeah. So you just kind of go down and they got some good pizza down there.
But they do.
They do. For the walk. You know, you don't have to hang out down there, but to see all of the different things, the strip clubs, the restaurants, the bars, the balconies, any time of year, you're going to find somebody on a balcony throwing out some Mardi Gras beads.
Right, exactly.
So,
all year long.
It's a vibe.
You know what else is a vibe, though? The Jazz Fest is a nice vibe. It's a real nice. Oh, you said the Jazz Fest?
No, I said you can't find a better festival schedule. You got Jazz Fest, French Quarter Fest. Like, it's just so many festivals all the time.
Right.
They got the Fried Chicken Fest now. They got so many festivals.
They got a Fried Chicken Fest? Well, they got the Strawberry Fest. They got the Po' Boy Fest.
There's so many.
They got the Ferret Street Fest.
There's so many.
It's always something to do. You can go to New Orleans any time of the year. It's probably going to be something going on. More than likely, it's going to be something.
Absolutely, 100%. And it raised us. Nola raised us. So
yeah,
you can't be mad at that. Like, share, subscribe. Les éléments ton Les éléments ton roulé is a classic saying, let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll. Okay, I think we need a little commission because we gave New Orleans a lot of shout outs.
Wait, that's what the video is about. Growing up Nola. We out. Catch us on the next one.